Greetings of the day. I'm Dr. Magdalene Peter, HOD, MBA, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. And today I'm going to give you an overview of marketing management, marketing in a changing world, and how we go about to create customer value and satisfaction. Here we go. Now, what is marketing? Usually, when this question is posed to the students, they say marketing is selling, marketing is advertising, marketing is all about sales. But actually, marketing is the father of marketing, Philip Kotler, has given a wonderful definition for marketing, which encompasses the whole overview of marketing. Marketing is a process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need. So we have here need, want. Now this need is met by creating some product and exchanging that product for a value. So this is all about marketing. Most simply put, marketing is nothing but meeting the customers at the point of their need and giving them what they want for a profit. According to Philip Kotler, I told you, he's given a wonderful definition for marketing. He says marketing is creating, communicating, and delivering value to the target market for a profit. Now here, the acronym is CCDVTP. So what does the C? First C stands for? It stands for creation, creating a product, creating a service, delivering a service. So marketing starts from the concept to the creation of a customer. Everything that is between the concept to a customer is marketing. What do you create? You create products, you create services, and this creation of yours, whatever you have produced or manufactured, is communicated. This communication is nothing but your marketing communication, which goes from your company to the target market about the availability of the product and also the USP of the product. So communicating. So first C is creating, second is communicating, and the third third alphabet in the acronym is delivering. What do you deliver? You deliver value to your customers. Now, what is value? Value is a very sensitive concept, and it depends on many other qualities and features of your product. Only when you create value, only when you're able to deliver value, you will be able to meet the customers at the point of their need and give them what they want. So delivering value. We deliver value to whom? We deliver value to the target market. Who are the target market? The target market is nothing but our customers. We segment the market and then we target the market to that particular segment where we feel that we have more value or we can give more value and take back also more sales. So that is what is the target market. Now all this is done for what? It is done for some exchange. And what is that exchange? It is profit. So everything is done for profit. So this is what is CCDVTP, creating, communicating, and delivering value to the target market for a profit is all about marketing from the words of Philip Kotler, who is none other than the father of the marketing. Now, what is marketed? So far we studied what is marketing. Now, what is marketed? Usually they say there are 10 entities that has been marketed. First one is goods. Anything that is tangible, that can be seen, felt, is called a product. So goods, in the category of goods, we have cars, we have watches, television sets, machines, cosmetics, industrial goods, chemicals, etc. So this is what is all about goods. Then the second category or the second entity is services. What do you mean by services? Software programmers. They offer service. They offer the technical expertise in order to complete projects that have been assigned by the software companies. So software professionals offer their service. Car rental firms, they offer their service. We have the Ola, the Uber. They offer us the service of being taken from one place to another. Airlines, the hoteliers, the bankers, the lawyers. When we get into a tiff, who bails us out? The lawyers, the barbers, the beauticians, management consultants. So all these people offer or deliver service. So the first category in the entirety of that which is being marketed is goods. The second is the services, and the third is the events. Now, what do you mean by events? Events could comprise of artistic performances, Olympics, World Cup, or major trade events, or any kind of company engagement could come under events. So the third entity which has been marketed is events. And then we have experiences. So what is an experience? How do we categorize an experience? Amusement park, water park, theme-based restaurants. All these give us a unique experience. So along with the food that we eat and the service that we will cater to, we have an aesthetic feel of going and a feel of deja vu. So that is what is an experience. Even experiences could also be marketed. Then we have persons. So this comes under the celebratory marketing. When somebody comes on TV and endorses the product, then naturally the sales goes up. So we have the artists, the CEOs, the physicians, financiers, professionals, celebrity marketers, they are called. So persons could also be marketed. Next comes places. Now we call Incredible India. So tourism, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, religious places, scenic beauty, and rich history is been marketed. Then we have properties. So here we have the financial property as well as the real estate property. So real estate property, we know what is it all about. And then we have the stocks, the bonds, the financial market securities, investment companies, all these deal with properties. Now we move on to the core marketing concept. So far we have studied about what is marketing, generally what is marketing is all about, and then from the words of Philip Kotler, who's the father of marketing, we've seen the definition of marketing, and then we saw the broadly categorized 10 entities of entities that has been generally marketed, and now we move into the core marketing concepts. The core marketing concepts comprises of needs, wants, and demands. Now, how these needs, wants, and demands can be addressed? This will be addressed by offering some offering in the form of products or services or any of the 10 entities that we saw before. And then after this offering has been offered in the market, what it creates value, it shows quality, it creates satisfaction. And this is achieved by exchange, transactions, by a long-term relationship with the market, with the customers, and everything is done in a market scenario. So all these are core concepts of marketing. So we'll see one by one. Now, what motivates a customer to take action? Number one is needs. What do you mean by a need? Need is the felt deprivation of a human being for some kind of items, which could be very basic or complex. Now, the basic needs, as far as Abraham Maslow is concerned, he's given us the hierarchy of needs, where in the bottom level of the pyramid, we have the basic needs. Basic needs are nothing but the items such as food, clothing, shelter, and warmth of family that is required to lead a happy and satisfied life. And it could also, this need could graduate to a more complex need. Okay, so anything, and these needs are ever perennial, it never gets satisfied. And when need is satisfied, it graduates to another. So this is all about the needs category of the first core marketing concepts. Everything stems from this basic concept of need. Okay, any kind of deprivation that is there in that is a felt deprivation that is there in the human life is called a need, and the ever-growing needs and wants and the ever depleting resources. How are we going to offset one with the another? This is all about the marketing concepts, and also which we can draw insights from the subject economics. So this is what is about needs. And Abraham Maslow, as I told you, he's given us the hierarchy of needs, where slowly it starts from basic needs, it graduates to safety needs, then security needs, esteem needs, and goes to self-actualization needs. And according to him, he says one person operates from a particular level of need, and when that need is satisfied, he looks forward to get other needs in the pyramid uh, to satisfy other needs in the pyramid. So this is all about needs. Now, when this need takes a particular route and follows a particular way in order to get fulfilled, that becomes a want. So a want is nothing but a human need which takes a particular route to get fulfilled. So that is usually these wants are shaped by the society in which individual has been placed. Okay, so now, for example, when I say I am hungry, what do you mean when I say I'm hungry? I have a need to eat food at any part of the day. If it's morning, it should be breakfast. So when I am hungry in the morning, what I need is my need has to be fulfilled by giving me food. Now, if I am in the US, what will be my breakfast? My breakfast would be bacon and eggs. If I am in Tamil Nadu, what will be my breakfast? My breakfast would be idli, pongal, puri, or whatever. So this want, this need will find a route to get itself satisfied, and that route that it takes is called as a want. And this want is characterized by the socio-economical situations that is around us, and it is also purely based on an individual's personality. Okay, so this is, so now you know the first core concept of marketing: needs, the second is wants, and the third is demands. Usually these three things go hand in hand. Now, what is a demand? A demand, when this want, now suppose I have a need to, I have a need to have food, and I want, and it's lunchtime, and I want to have only biryani. So when I have the money in my pocket to go to a restaurant, buy biryani and eat, so this want, when it has been backed up by purchasing power, it becomes a demand. So human wants which have been backed up by purchasing power or buying power is called as a demand. And this is what all marketers should be all eyes and ears to, because they are going to capitalize on this demand. Therefore, meeting this demand will automatically meet the needs and wants of a customer, and thereby create a value, create satisfaction, and all other marketing concepts are being formed or originate from this place. So the first category of core marketing concepts is needs, wants, and demands. Needs are health deprivation, which is ever perennial, which is present in all kinds of categories of society and customers and segments of markets. Wants, this need, when it takes a particular route to get fulfilled, it becomes a want. And this want is usually characterized by the external situation or external environment, the society, the culture that has been in which a customer is being put in. And when this want has been backed up by the purchasing power or buying power of a customer, then it naturally becomes a demand. And this demand is something which all the marketers should be cautious of, because they are all out to fulfill this demand. So the first category of core marketing concepts, I hope you're clear with. So we'll move on to the other. Now, what will satisfy these customer needs and wants? It should be a product. Okay, so we have products and services which are offerings from a company to satisfy the needs, wants, and demands of a particular segment of the market. So what is a product? Anything that can be offered to a market for attention, acquisition, use, or consumption, and that must satisfy a need or a want is a product. Now, the ground rule is that it should satisfy your need, it should satisfy a want that you have. Okay, so here we have products, examples that we saw earlier. All the entities that could be marketed could be brought under this category. So products, we have, and other than products, we have also services. In certain category, it could be a product or a service, it could be only a service, it could be only a product. Okay, now services is nothing but intangible offering of a product, the activities or benefits that has been offered after a sale. Intangible, it cannot be seen. Okay, and the ownership cannot be clearly defined. So this is what, so banking services, airline services, a barber does the haircut, and the hotelier, we go and we have a good food. So all these are services. So this need, wants and demands of the customers of the target market has been satisfied through the process of an offering, which could be a product, a service, an event, a person, a place. So all the 10 entities of marketing that we saw, that which is marketed that we saw, could be taken under this. Next, we move on to value and satisfaction. Now, how do consumers choose among products and services? Now, there should be value and satisfaction. Now, value is a very sensitive affair, because it says that the customer gains from whatever the benefit that the customer gains from using the product is called a value. Now, usually when we talk about value, it is automatically compared against the cost of the product, the price that the customer pays in order to use that particular product or service. Now, here you have to understand the difference between the price and cost. Cost is the making cost, the manufacturing cost, the expenses that you incur in order to produce a product is categorized as cost. Now, this cost from the factory, when it comes to the market, it is always accompanied by a margin of profit. So this cost plus profit will give you something parameter called the price which the customer pays in order to utilize your product. So when we say value, we also should be mindful of talking about utility. Now, what is utility? Utility is the satisfaction that a particular customer derives from using your product. So value, we say customer triad, where we have the value, we have the quality, and we have the price on the other side. It is a triangle, where we have the value at the baseline, and the price and the quality and service would be the two sides of the triangle. So this is called as a customer value triad. So this value is very, very important. Delivering value is very, very important to understand or to know what is the extent of satisfaction that your product is able to create in the minds of the customers. Okay, so values always measured against price and utility. So next comes the satisfaction. So what is customer satisfaction? It is purely depending on individual's personality and perception. So it depends upon the product's perceived performance in delivering value in relation to the expectations of the customer. So this customer satisfaction is again a sensitive area, where if the price that you paid for the product and the value that you derived by using the product or availing that service matches your expectation, you will be a satisfied customer. If the price that you paid and the value or service that you got from the usage of the product or the service did not or does not meet your expectation, then you become a dissatisfied customer. Okay, now there is also another category. Now, when the benefit that I've received from using the product, from owning the product, is actually exceeding the perceived expectations of mine, I become a delighted customer. Now, this is the difference between a good company and the best company. A good company only tries or aims to become or to give a satisfaction or to create satisfied customers. But a great company always aims to create the category of delighted customers. So this is the difference between good and great company. It's all about customer satisfaction. So now you will understand what is marketing. Marketing is not only sales. Marketing is not only advertising. Marketing is not only creating a product. Marketing is not communication that comes from your company. Marketing is identifying the needs of the market, and you don't stop there. You go ahead, you produce the products according to the information or identification of needs that you have done and fulfill the needs that you have identified. There you become a great company, and you offer value which is a superior value, therefore creating delighted customer category group. So this is all about value and satisfaction. So the second category of core marketing concepts is value and satisfaction, where by value we mean the customer, what the customer gains from using the product. Well, when we say value, we also should always use it along with the terms of price and utility. So service, quality, and price will be talking about the value that has been delivered to the customers. And from the extent of value that has been delivered, you will be creating customer satisfaction. And in satisfaction, we have three categories of customers where we have satisfied, dissatisfied, and delighted customers. Then we move ahead to the next category of the core marketing concepts, which is exchange, transaction, and relationship. Now, what is an exchange? Marketing is also a legal function. Marketing is an economic function, of course, yes, because it always tries to do something to fulfill the needs and wants with the available resources that we have. Therefore, we say it is an economic function. Now, how do we, it is a production function because it is all about creating, manufacturing products, goods, and services. Now, it is also a legal function. Why do I say that? See, exchange happens. This is an act of obtaining a desired object from someone for something in return. So this medium of return or medium of exchange is usually called the price. Before, in the early centuries, we had the barter system. Now, what is barter system? Barter system, nothing but the exchange of goods against goods. Over a period of time, people had more wants and more needs, and therefore the distribution of goods against goods became a real challenge, and therefore there came about a fixation of a value. So that is usually in terms of money. That is what is called the price of the product. Now, if when I give the product to you, you give the value of that product, the price of the product to me. So this is the exchange. And this exchange becomes real and effective and legal and binding only when the title of the goods is transferred to the owner from the manufacturer. So this is called as an exchange, where there is an exchange of product, there is an exchange of service from the maker to the buyer, and the title of ownership also changes for a medium of exchange being the price, which is always pronounced in terms of monetary value, which is nothing but rupee. Okay, so this is all about exchanges. Next comes transactions. This transactions is nothing but a behavior and a response, a stimulus and a response. The trade of values between parties, which usually it involves money and a response. Now I have a need, you have the product, so I come to you, you give me the product, I give you the money back. So this is a transaction which is affected by an exchange. And this exchange and transaction creates a relationship between me and you. I am your customer and you become my provider in the term of a service provider, from good provider, whatever. So this building long-term relationship with not only the customers, the distributors, the dealers, the suppliers, and all intermediaries is very important in the chain of marketing. So these are the core concepts of marketing. So today we saw about the definition of marketing. What is marketing? According to Philip Kotler, what is marketing? Then we went ahead and saw about the acronym CCDVTP. I am sure that you students will never, even in a sleep, if I wake you up and ask, you should be able to say, because you should always have this acronym in your mind, CCDVTP. What is CCDVTP? Creating. First C is for creating, communicating, delivering value to the target customer. C, it is not for social service. No business enterprise is existing to do social service. Now, they usually say there are three major objectives of a business. One is profit, second one is more profit, and third one is more and more profit. So every business enterprise or organization is after profit, and therefore all these are being done to earn a margin of profit. So this is what is the last CCD Okay, now first is creation, creating the products, manufacturing a product, producing a good or a service. Second one, communication. This communication is the marketing communication which goes from your company to the market, enabling or giving information about the availability of the product, the unique selling features of your product, the quality, everything. Okay, so this communication can be attained by your marketing communication mix. Could be a mix of advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, and public relations. So this marketing communication mix as also should be taught of, because you have to know at what product life cycle, in which stage is your product, and accordingly you have to use that particular marketing communication mix in order to reach the entire market. So that is communicating. Then delivering value. So I told you all about value. Value is a very sensitive concept, and it is always dependent on two features. One is where we have, I told you, the customer value triad, where we have the value, we have the price and service. If you increase the price, and no, this value is always dependent on price and service. So you have to be very, very sensitive in, the value is a very sensitive concept. And whenever we are measuring value, we have to always speak from the point of view of the price and also the services that has been offered in exchange for the money that they give. And then we have satisfaction. So I told you what is satisfaction, where we have delighted, we have satisfied and dissatisfied customers, where satisfaction is just only a concept which is purely based on the perceptions of a particular individual customer. And then we have exchanges, transactions, and relationships, where exchange is nothing but you have a need, I have the product, we exchange, I give the product, you give back money in return. And this exchange creates a transaction, and this transaction creates a relationship, a building long-term relationship. So a company graduates from being a good company to a great company when it is able to identify the need and address the need by giving the right product at the right time to the customer and helping the customer and meeting the customer at the point of the need. Very, very greetings of the day, and thank you, students. We shall see the remaining part in the next class.